And I'm just... My desk might be a little bit of a mess right now.
You know, it's fine.
Well, I have my Switch in here, I have tissues, I have a whole other junk on here from, like, D&D and other things because I had to unpack and then repack a bunch of stuff, and and then I decided I wanted to crochet a blanket, and so that's over here. I'm
Well,
having a time.
Well, for anyone that is from Aspire's chat that's here, you now know what her days are like when she's trying to just do things.
The answer is I'm neurospicy and nothing gets done.
Yep.
They know this. This is not new information to anybody.
It's very hot right now.
I'm sorry.
There's another reason I'm kind of brain is kind of fried at the moment, trying to figure out actually how to.
You can do it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to more Blackheart Paradox. Don't worry, I'm not going to kill them yet. One of them might be turning to a pinata. We'll see.
Oh, this just got a lot more interesting for me. I mean, what?
Oh no.
I don't like who I'm with anymore.
Fire die anymore.
I don't like who I'm with anymore.
Oh.
Just putting that out there.
You did tell us to come up with something to give Danika.
Yes, I did. Yes.
I forgot. I wrote it down and everything, and I forgot.
Well, shit, guys.
It's fine.
Well, you have other things to do, so you can figure it out as you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so. Sorry, it's a weird noise.
There we go.
Anyway, last time, the party made their way back to Mistralis, and, the subject of birthdays came up. And now the party is celebrating Danika's birthday.
Birthdays!
All my fault.
Also known as the day of birth, or yes. So, there's not much to actually cover myself because there's a lot of RP and a lot of trying to annoy Leo into telling him when his birthday is. So yeah, I'm sure that's fine. We're gonna start with the idiots who went into town. And not the ones I had an RP thing with.
Hey, hello, that's us.
Yep. So. Alright, that was something that happened in the background, RP thing with Danika and Leo. Anyways. So. Riley, Kel, Nate, and Seraphina going into town.
Indeedly.
Yeah. What do?
Well, there's a few things that must do.
Yes.
Because we have the boat.
Yes.
So we need things for the boat.
Yes, Seraphina is working on getting the weapons and stuff like that. Leo's taking care of the majority of the other supplies, and oh, we also have to stop by and tell the lizard guy things. Thank you, Fox. We do have to tell him about the island and stuff.
Don't murder the lizard guy.
No.
Maybe.
Unless you really want to.
No. But we had a small list of things to do. Have to get fish back.
We should probably do lizard guy first,
Yes.
and then boat stuff after that. So let's go find the lizard guy.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I'm really trying to get these fans to actually blow air on me, and not my microphone. That'll work.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so you make your way into town. Where do you go first?
I think it's the science place. Is that who we went to talk to about the island and everything?
That is not where Lizard Guy is.
Oh, then no. Wherever Lizard Guy is. I don't
Warehouse.
remember.
Also, yeah. Wait, the warehouse is next to the science place. It was
Yes.
water. Okay.
It is not next to the science place.
Oh no.
It's nearby.
The science place is in the actual city.
Yeah.
The
We went to the warehouse place after we went to
After we
the...
went to the science
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
Do we have to
Yes.
go back there to let them know what was going on, or is it just the guy at the warehouse?
So he had asked for us to not give information to the other scientist.
Okay.
So if we did, we were supposed to tell him that we didn't find anything. Or
Gotcha.
couldn't get on the island or anything like that. If we did. Or we just don't bother.
Gotcha.
One of the two.
Gotcha. But the guy
You
at the
should-
warehouse we were giving information to.
We should probably also tell him that we didn't find anything. It's probably better if no one goes there.
Then we don't have to go tell him, but... He did say we would try to tell him.
Well, that was before we knew there was a god on the island.
Dragon god.
Dragon god.
Yeah.
It's possibly worse than an ordinary god.
Depends on how you look at it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I was pretty sure, they
For the lizard
did.
man.
Yes.
I say we go and tell him there's nothing there. Except for that big, scary sea dragon thing. We should probably tell him that's there.
Well... We can tell him everything, or we tell him nothing.
You don't want us to lie?
I'd rather not!
I'd rather not, but he's going to keep sending people if we don't go back, and if we tell him everything, then that could be a complete disaster.
How so?
I don't feel like that should be public information. I mean,
It's not public information, at least not yet. And besides, we can tack on to this whole thing that, technically, it is very dangerous. The only reason we got onto the island is because we were allowed.
I just don't like the sound of this scientist finding out what's over there.
Then we don't tell the scientists, we just tell the guy at the warehouse.
Well, if we tell the guy at the warehouse, we don't know who he's going to tell.
Then we make him promise not to tell anyone.
Oh.
I heard it. I recognize it. This is Aspire talking. Hey, hi, hello, how are you? I'm aware. I'm self-aware. I did it on purpose.
He's just just got his head in his hands.
To be fair, it could have been worse. If it had been another character of mine, she just would have gone like, well, Pinky Promise then. Seraphina's not the Pinky Promise person, though.
Seraphina,
Mm-hmm.
some people promise things,
Mm-hmm.
and then they do something else. And we've known this man for, well, less than a day? So I think we may be making assumptions if we tell him everything.
Isn't it better to see the good in people?
Well, we haven't seen anything of this person, which is the issue.
Well,
His warehouse was full of water.
yes.
He doesn't seem very reliable, is my point.
Wasn't this... No, this guy didn't help us get the boat. I was trying to remember...
Yes, he did. He gave us the boat.
He's the one who gave
that's
you
what I
guys the
thought.
boat.
He did direct us to the boat, this is true.
That was his boat. It is now your boat.
Technically, he gave us a boat.
On that island, there is enough wealth to buy 1,000 boats.
And on that island, there is a very ancient dragon that could eat him if he tried anything.
Could eat him. It's if he tells other people that I'm worried about. Also, minimum eating is good, yes?
Say that again. I'm sorry. My audio processor just died. I'm so sorry.
Less people getting eaten is good.
I mean, yes, less people eaten is always good. Which is, again, we just tell him it's dangerous to go there. We explain to him what we found, and the only reason we found it is because we were allowed on there.
Let's just tell him how dangerous it is, so that he doesn't get himself killed, and then
Well,
don't give him an
then-
incentive to go and get himself killed.
But he could keep sending other people.
But he's less likely to send other people if he knows that there's an overwhelming chance they'll die.
Just kind of crosses her arms, looks up at Nate. So either he is a good person and doesn't want people to die, or he's a terrible person and will just tell other people about this place.
Yes, but if he doesn't know how amazing it is on the island, he'll probably get less traction with the poor souls he sends, who, if they're lucky, will probably just sort of turn around and leave. Listen, we're not going to lie to him. We're just not going to tell him everything. I knew you'd come around.
I'm not coming around to anything. We said we would say something. He gave us a boat.
He gave us a boat.
And we do have to tell him to put the fish back.
True.
So how exactly do you plan on telling him to put the fish back without telling him why we say that? Unless you have an absolutely amazing way about getting around all of that.
Well, wait. Does Nate still has the glowing thing that he stole? Yes? The, like, extremely shiny object that he stole from the
Oh my
rich
gosh.
people?
I think so.
I believe he does. I'm going to double check his inventory, but I believe the answer is yes.
What does he have? What was the question about what he has?
He stole a like an extremely shiny little
The statue thing.
bauble, yeah, like statue idol.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
He's gonna make sure he has that in his bag, and he's just gonna look over at Seraphina, be like, "Well, we could pay him back for the boat with the thing,
The thing?
the shiny thing that I can't take out of my bag, or everyone will see."
You mean the thing you... I'm not sure that I... Huh.
Then it'll be like, we bought the boat.
Okay, but also, you're giving him an item that is, well, gotten not regularly, and if he has that on display, wouldn't that be bad?
Okay, how about this? Let's ask him what he wants from the island. And if he wants to take a bunch of valuable things back, that's like stealing. So I'll give him the stolen thing. And if he just wants to see it and find out, then we'll do your thing. And we can just tell him what's there.
Okay.
We need to handshake on this. His arm is extended.
She'll shake his hand.
Okay. Now we can go see the lizard guy.
After a discussion of morals. They are off to the warehouse.
Yes. We're off to see the lizard.
God dang it.
Okay. Un momento, por favor.
Mm-hmm. Nah. There it goes. Boop. She likes the blankies. Yappa-dabba-da!
Boop.
Boop! Shiny.
He did it to a poo.
I can hear it stuck in my
Yeah,
head.
you have to sing it. You can't just say it.
I was about to, and then I was like, nope, I can't. Then
No,
I
me
can't.
neither.
I don't curse, so I can't. It just...
I curse. I just refuse.
Yeah. You know that's fair. Da 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 da, da,
Murder.
da, da. No,
Are you sure?
I hope not.
Does the
No.
book make strength save?
Shit.
Listen, there was a reason for that. Spells were involved. Trying to cast it on a book.
Yeah, that did happen, didn't it? So anyway, so you're heading to the, this thing's
Oh.
breaking for me.
Well,
No.
tabletop.
Da, 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 da.
Prefer to respond. Can you just hear me still?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tabletop, what fuck?
It says that there are 5 players in the thing. Like, it's up, but it's not there. Like, I can't. What? I'm confused.
Yeah, we're not there, so how?
How are there 5 people?
Tabletop crashed.
Wait, how
I was sitting here looking, I was like, wait, what? Wait, how is there 5 out of 10 on the one you're playing on, Cheese?
I'm not in any of them. It just I'm on the browser and it says that Blackheart Paradox has 5 out of 5.
Oh no.
This is like
On Steam it says playing D&D 5e table 5 out of 10. Fuck you,
all I
man.
can-
Everything broke.
it's all
Yeah, because it still says tabletop is running on my end. Oh, that's not good.
Everything is broken. Wait, you didn't like someone again, did you? Wait, context, wait a minute. I can't remember what that's from.
Oh no.
That was Zarvis asking Cinder because she was a druid, because she used to
Oh my
lick
gosh,
people in her
that's
druid
right!
forms.
Is it Steam? Sorry, Steam is, not cooperating with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying my hardest to get everything working again.
You're
Steam
fine.
has been very uncooperative tonight. And
Like,
recently.
it's telling me tabletop is still running.
I do love that. Hey, at least the game is no longer showing on my end.
That'd be nice if it was on my end.
Whatever 5 people are playing Blackheart Paradox right now, I hope they're having a good time.
Me too. Because I don't know what they're going through, because I'm not there. Best of luck to you all. That's all I'm going to say. If you're playing it, best of luck to you. Godspeed.
Do you think we just like? Do you ever play like WoW or something, and you're trying to play with your friend, and you get instanced? Like you're in 2 different instances, even though you're both standing in the same spot.
I've never played WoW, so I wouldn't know.
It's an MMO thing. It's like you're on 2 different like servers, even though you're supposed to be on the same one. So you're standing in the same place, but you can't see each other.
Oh, I've had that happen a couple times.
I feel like we just got instanced into like another instance where 5 other people are playing D&D on our server, and now we can't get in.
Well, you know what's even worse? Task Manager is telling me Steam isn't running. So Steam won't open.
Check your background, yeah.
Background applications, let's see. Why is Dropbox running in the background? What the fuck, Dropbox? Who told you to run?
Because.
No, I'm ignoring you, Dropbox.
Fire, why did you yell this is a lot of tree? What was the context behind that?
I am trying to remember.
There it is.
Because, again, here comes the, like, my memory is crap.
This is why the out of context makes it better, because it's like, what was it that did that?
Yeah, like, it might have been DBD.
I know the Huffle fondling my dice was because Huffle fucking had god tier dice that always
Yes.
rolled like nat
Yeah.
20s
Yes.
that we needed her to bless our dice.
Yes, it's true.
And then when she had a bad night, it was hilarious.
Mhm. Because there were just sudden expletives in chat.
Yeah.
It's exciting. We love the drag, like,
Combined
brain
words.
mash. Yeah.
Weren't you trying to say succubus or something, drag, and you saved on the saving throw?
I think it was success save.
or
I
something?
think, yeah, somewhere in that thing. And drag, you're muted if you're saying anything.
I don't remember. Some of these are great, though.
Mm-hmm.
Steam buddy.
I could be taken out of many contexts.
Yep.
Steam buddy, a fellow friend of mine.
Steve's been having a lot of issues lately. I've noticed that people will constantly pop online like hiccups or something on its connection. It's weird. And a lot of my cloud stuff says it needs me to like manually sync it. Now it's annoying. I'm just putting quotes in at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Keeps the chat entertained.
That's how most children are conceived. Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Not incorrect.
You know. Ren's not careful, she might end up with more kids.
Listen, don't, it's fine. I don't know how that would work, because isn't she still technically dead?
I mean, the puppeteer's wife had kids.
You know, that's a good,
dead.
that's a fair point.
Vampires are technically dead, I don't know.
We may have, like, somehow found a loophole. We found the loophole. Whoops. Oh, he's gonna be so mad. No, like, I'm just picturing, I have it in the back of my head. He's gonna be so mad.
That was probably one of Humble's best things.
I love Humble so much.
She does come up with some of the best stuff.
You know the moment you're so angry about something, you just want to bury your face in some food?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm that person right now because Steam is not running in the foreground.
That's an old
It is
quote.
remaining a background process.
You gotta find the bootstrapper and end task. You gotta shoot all the background processes to make it
I
go.
am staring at 3 separate Steam 32 bits
It's because
in the background processes.
It's because Steam has window browsers that open, so like the store page is a different one. The community tab is a different one. All that loads up when you open Steam. So it ends up with like a minimum of, I think, 5 processes when you open Steam. And sometimes they have trouble closing. I've had this issue before. It sucks where it just does not want to close. That was the issue I had the other day, actually. I was having issues opening stuff.
Well, here's the problem. I might have to log out of the computer
For
and
a
log back
friend?
into it.
Hmm.
One moment. Enjoy the music of the Roll20.
It's fine.
He's all good.
Damn it, it repeated. How dare you, Nightbot?
Because.
Maybe.
Why do I feel like that's also something Echo and Nasir would say?
Yeah.
When
They would. They would.
they would. They look at each other and go, "Yeet the twin, yeet the twin," and then one of them would just go, "Yeet."
Oh my god. Quote 8.
It's a baby quote.
Yeah, very quote. was number 1? Hold on.
I don't know. Can you pull it up?
I think so, if I do that. Yep.
Still David!
A lot of the quotes, at least 50% are drag, so...
Drag, unmute yourself and explain yourself. Is he even there? Drag!
He's probably just busy.
Drag!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
Mine literally come out of... Why is that just, like, about to happen in general?
That is our
in both of these
party. That is always our party.
It doesn't matter which campaign it is. That is it. That describes it to a T.
Wasn't that when we were doing the Rock Johnson shit?
Probably. I feel
we
like
all
the
changed
answer
our
is yes.
names to like stupid puns for Rock Johnson.
Something. I don't know. That you know. I feel like that's the context. I don't know why, but my gut feeling says that was the context. Yeah. That was Ronnie.
Yeah.
Ronnie out here like, nope! That's mine! No touch!
And the cleric's like, no, that's mine.
It's still true and it's still hilarious.
When we were fighting our doubles. Oh.
Mm-hmm. We
It
ended
ended
up
up being
fighting
different classes and different like
Yeah, it was
stats.
it was alternate timeline versions of ourselves.
Yeah, that's still such a cool concept though.
Yeah, and we also saw like Faye in action.
Yeah, I
during that
remember
time,
because she
too.
killed me, who was her father.
I know she felt terrible about it, okay?
Dude, Stryker was such a glass cannon that she one-hit him.
Yep.
And he had 98 health.
And he still trained her.
Hesitantly, he did. After that,
Yeah.
he might have been a little traumatized, but
I mean, valid. I can imagine that they trained, and then anytime she was like, I don't think he's telling me everything, she went to, like, the uncles, and was like,
how does do?
I need more training, please.
We're getting to a point where Nightbot is constantly repeating. Fuck you, Nightbot.
Come on, Nightbot, you have so many quotes.
Oh, yeah.
Weren't you also drunk?
I think we were.
I think, like...
This was a moment, I don't remember the exact context, but I do remember that it was Xander and the rest of the party all sitting around a table, drinking, and, like, a couple of them got really fucked up.
I mean,
and
that's
of them...
usual.
Oh, it was, you guys making fun of Lucky contacting his ex because he got drunk.
Right! That's right!
So it was him contacting his ex while he was really fucking drunk.
Oh.
Who ended up being the psychopath that kind of groomed him a little bit.
Well, that's not a problem anymore.
You hope.
The most frustrating thing about this is having to sign back into everything.
Oh, yeah.
Because Opera doesn't like to keep things signed in. For whatever reason.
But, yeah. No, I'm sure that's fine.
I'm really glad That's only happened to Leo once.
For now.
Kidding, drunk, start in one place and wake up in a completely different one. Try it today.
Huffle should be an advertiser right there. That's the perfect advertisement.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no way, there's no chance that, I mean, those two could possibly, you know, it's fine! They're fine. Why do boats float? Why do bees fly? We don't ask this question. God, Chunk.
That was a Novata quote.
Absolutely.
Novata was one of our most disturbing ones that Drag has played.
Why does it, like, I've seen it so many times, why did it be funny now?
Because the word scoosh is in it.
Scoosh-nanner.
My entire being.
Why do I feel like Cheese has just been reading all these quotes and just laughing because he's been muted?
I don't know. He might have been eating.
I'm eating a pizza, but it is very funny.
Hey guys, guess what's finally launching?
Hey!
Oh, Steve.
Oh.
And we're
That's so
just signing out twice.
Oh. I know. Like I said, I had this issue the other day.
Steam, I just have a question for y'all. Can you just leave shit alone?
Nope, they gotta touch it every week.
Because everybody's coming up with new stuff, so they've gotta. They have to keep up.
And every week Steam gets worse.
It's fine.
I don't even remember what she was trying to
I
type. I
either.
only quoted that because she misspelled whatever the hell she was trying to put in.
No.
Well, okay, for context on who Huffle is, Ross, she was somebody who played with us via the chat. She never joined voice chat. So she would type on her phone.
Yep.
Oh no.
She's my cosplay wife.
Yeah.
Basically. I introduced her, she came and she played and everything like that.
She played with us for like around 100 sessions or so. She was there for a long time.
Nice.
Yeah, it actually worked out better than you would think it would, because obviously everybody able to RP in chat is different from having somebody in text chat RPing with you. But that was what she would do, is she would just watch the campaign and then respond, and we would just read what she was saying.
Huh.
Which is why I have the chat up, so that other people could get that context.
Yeah.
Nice.
Apple is a wonderful bean.
Yeah. It worked out for a very long time. And
and then
Well,
scheduling and stuff.
guys, we might have
Uh-oh.
Steam has been sitting on the window of loading user data this entire time.
Oh.
Fight it. I don't encourage violence, but I encourage fighting.
Does anybody in chat have Gaben's number?
Yeah, right. Lord Gaben, fix your fucking shit.
My dad works at Steam. He will.
My dad works at Nintendo!
God damn it, it likes drag.
It does. But we also have a ton of drag quotes, so... I've not seen my paragraph yet, so, like, I know...
Okay, I need to look up... hold on. Quote... list? Yeah! I remembered it!
Good job.
Good God.
You just started looking at it.
Wait, I'm gonna click this and then Control F my own name.
Sadly, you cannot delete the quotes. That is my power.
Okay, I only have 4.
Hold up. I got a quote that might get out.
Why did I say this? What?
I love her so much. So much.
Okay, why do boats float was funny. But I don't remember saying I'm going to juicy Lucan. I don't remember saying that.
Juice the Lucan.
I think
What does that even mean?
That was the one shot.
That was our one shot. Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I forgot! Oh my god, yes, I remember now.
Yeah, that was the one shot y'all did because I was I at a con or something like that and y'all like...
No, I think what happened was there was something that we did, but it was something that we had Lance and Ross join, and then I asked Drag and Jay,
yeah,
and I think you were busy.
I think because like that was. Oh, God. I wish I could remember what I was doing, but I do remember because I couldn't even be in chat. Like I wasn't even here. Period. Like. Yes, I go back to that clip all the time. That is actually clipped, friend. That is an actual clip.
Hold up.
That is an actual clip, and it is amazing.
Where is that clip? Is it in the clips?
It's in our clips chat. It's in our clips chat here in the Discord.
Let's see. Where was that? A violent dimension door is the first thing I see. Was it the help drag?
Yes.
I'm gonna play it. It'll be just in the background.
Oh my gosh. Because it was just up in the distance.
Oh, I forgot that we could barely hear him.
It was all of a sudden very quiet in the Discord chat, like in the voice chat and everything like that, and then all of a sudden, I've fallen and I can't get up.
I'm sorry we're laughing at your pain.
Drag, you are still muted.
I think he's unmuted on purpose.
Okay.
At this point.
Oh my gosh. We will play D&D eventually.
Well, because some of these quotes aren't even from campaigns, they're just from us sitting in chat.
Yes. Because, like that's when... Yes. Yes, because that was during Drag's GTA thing. And all of a sudden, I was hearing him say something or do something concerning. I was like, what are you doing? Crime. I just, Oh! Sorry.
Oh, yeah, and there's DVD quotes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Okie dokie.
Then there's the DVD quotes, which is that.
Mm-hmm.
Give Jeff all the caca.
No, wait!
So, cheese. That's another context. I call the little, like, cakes caques a lot.
Alright.
I remembered where the tree quote came from.
Oh no.
Mira. It was literally Mira.
Oh, Mira with her fox boy prince that she dragged around with her.
No, she followed him around like
That's true.
Puppy. Like, let's get that straight.
That's true. He was very ignorant when it came to the... He was Seraphina. He was that campaign Seraphina. Which is funny that we reversed the roles.
to a point, I will point out. Like, both of them were ignorant in their own...
Mira was pretty. Yeah.
Mira was pretty. Was to put it lightly. She was the pretty barbarian.
Yeah. And
like,
Zaph was just the sheltered prince boy.
Like, she was smart, but 90% of the time, you didn't know it. Cause she'd just be there going like, what you doing? Can we play? I wanna play!
Yeah, see, the interesting thing about Zaph is he wasn't technically a fox boy. He just had, like, a homebrew sorcerer class that gave him, like, the Kitsune bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
So he was technically a half-elf, but he just happened to have some features that was on that list. But he got to have the cool little flames sitting around him, which I always thought was fun.
It was really pretty.
They do the multicolored flames. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. This one always makes me laugh. Hold on.
I do so love, because that is such a D&D conversation, I can't even. Like,
that was
it
the player not quite paying attention.
It was the, I just want to seduce the dragon. The dragon is not seducible. Okay, fine, where's this NPC?
Yeah. That was... They never finished that campaign, did they? That was their Strahd campaign.
Yeah, they never did.
That was the one that only Jay was in, and I just recorded it for him. I mean, I could probably still do stuff like that if people ever want to run campaigns, and I can't be in it, because I could sit there and mute my mic and be like, here we go, because now my internet's better. Back then, my internet was shit, and it didn't work out because it was in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Some of Lourdes' quotes, though.
Yeah, I believe it. That's Lourdes. I love them so much. He was proficient in paint bucket. Oh my gosh, that was also a David quote.
What were we doing?
I don't remember, but it was 100% David.
That is true. A lot of the weird, dumb ones were David.
Which is hilarious.
Because he was probably the smartest.
Yeah, but now my mouse isn't working.
Oh no.
Here.
Oh my god.
All the technical difficulties for people tonight, man.
Just one thing after another. I had the same thing at work today. I had to... This is like boring because it's a work story, but I had to give like a presentation today. And we were using like Zoom. And yeah, Zoom broke my work laptop's audio drivers like 20 minutes before my presentation.
This sounds about right.
And I like restarted the computer and it fixed it for like 2 minutes, and then Zoom broke again, and I had to rejoin the Zoom like 6 times. And then it miraculously started working right when I had to start talking.
Of course.
And I just didn't question it.
It was like, you think you're getting out of this presentation. No, we're just going to give you a hard time until you have to.
It was a group presentation, too, so I could hear my teammate being like, and now Ross is going to say a few words, and I was like, this has to work right now. It was like when Marty McFly is trying to start the DeLorean and the engine is dying. He's like, I have to go.
Oh, no.
It was bad. It was real bad. But then it worked, so it was fine. Everything's good.
Good.
I love quoting some of the chat stuff too, just because it's funny.
Yeah.
Right now, as I wait for everything to settle back in again.
That is a quote.
Yeah. She's an occasional chatter that'll come in some of her quotes. She has a couple quotes in here.
Mm-hmm. It's fantastic.
Here's another Huffle quote for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this one is the uh-oh.
Someone's gonna die tonight, doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope Raven gets away with it, oh, doo-dah day. I just...
Yeah, see, there's another brown quote.
I just love the art of explosions. I love how that's quote 69.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's fucking right, as long as you're fisting him in the face hard.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
This is a process. A fucking process. This
my first
is
campaign.
I can tell you becomes a link.
It does.
That's awesome.
It doesn't.
When you highlight, if you highlight over it, it says an error occurred.
Well, yeah, error did occur.
It makes the
error didn't need
fair.
It makes it even better.
Listen, I don't remember which part of your campaign that was. Because there were a lot of moments like that for me.
Yeah, what did Cam do for that? She...
Why do I feel like
it had something to do, I think, with Zarvis and the elf.
Yeah.
I feel like it had to do with her weird relationship that she couldn't pick one for a little bit there.
Yeah, Keldor and Zarvis and everything like that, and just, like, yeah. It's very possible. It's very possible because, like, yeah. I can hear Drag say that in my head. Drag.
I can also remember Stardew.
Out of context, Stardew is always good.
What was I saying that for?
I am a strong, independent woman, and I don't need a watering can man.
What did I say that for? I can't remember.
I don't know. But it was accurate for whatever it was.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
That was because Jay threw fire.
Wait, don't touch the fire.
Jay threw fire at my character, and I was just over here like...
Laughs in tiefling.
The fire doesn't hurt me as much. The heat never bothered me anyway.
We have a Nightshade quote. We need Nightshade.
Oh,
we need a Nightshade quote. He's got some of the best context too.
Brilliant man. And there's David Drag. I love.
Steve wants to work now.
I love him so much. He's such a good bean. He's got the best sass too.
He does. He's got that British sass.
Yes, it's true. It's very true. It's the British.
It's the European
sass.
thing.
Yeah. It's also mixed with like
European.
a generational thing, so like you can just tell.
Wait, the what thing? What?
Oh, Nightshade's from Europe. That's the
context.
Yeah. He's from the UK.
So that's why the reason we don't get to play with him very much, because we have to play at like specific times because of the time difference.
My ancient enemy, the UK.
fast, actually. Okay, you guys are free to attempt to hop in again.
Yes. Wait for it to pop up on the refresh list here.
There it is. Let's go!
Go speak with the thing.
To the warehouse.
Quick, everyone hop in at the same time and crash it again.
Oh, God.
I will turn off my computer and just go to bed.
Whoa.
Then we'll just sit here and chat. It'll be a chat stream.
I should scratch out. I'll turn off my computer, order food, and then engorge myself.
Oh, no.
And then go to bed.
Alright.
I mean, I just ate a whole fucking pizza, so I wouldn't blame.
I fucking could.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah, anyway, so you guys go visit Lizard Man.
Yes.
Go to the warehouse.
Yes.
Okay. You get to the warehouse. And yeah, door's closed.
Seraphina will knock. Hello?
Sorry, body did it weird. Yeah, you yeah, you wait a few minutes. And you hear all the locks and everything going in. The door opens. Hello? I can't remember his voice. I'm sure that's fine. You just see him kind of staring out at you all.
Hello? Maybe we come in?
I don't know, can you?
May we come in?
That's better. He opens the door.
Let's get this over with.
Inside we go.
Yes, inside we go.
Right. Great. So you go inside, and the room doesn't look much different from before. You know, there's all the animal cages or tanks and stuff like that. He shuts the door behind you and kind of does what he did last time, and that's set up like the wardings and stuff like that. Trying to look at you all. There's only 4 of you. Oh god, the 2 died. The other 2 died. Oh god.
No. They're just off getting supplies.
Oh, okay.
But they did almost die.
Oh god.
It was extremely dangerous. And we wouldn't recommend you sending any more people to go and try and get on the island.
I wasn't going to. Oh, we established that before you left.
Well, we were also a little curious what exactly you wanted out of our little expedition.
I don't know. Nothing really.
But
remember, he gave you the ship because he wasn't going back out there.
yeah, I mean, we did volunteer. I guess it just didn't seem how obvious it would be for us to very easily die at the time. He didn't do a very good job.
Yeah, I was about to say, he kind of gave you the ship because he already made it blatantly obvious. I'm not going back out there. I'm not sending people back out there. Fuck that.
Well, he sent us. I guess sent in big quotation marks.
See, technically, he didn't send you guys.
That's true. That's true.
You guys just decided, yeah, we'll go out there.
Well, he gave us a boat. I mean, we couldn't say no to a free boat.
I mean, you could have. Just been stupid. Yeah. And me as a DM would have laughed at you for the rest of the campaign.
Exactly. Would have been ridiculous.
Exactly. But yeah, so...
Seraphina's just got this smug grin on her face.
Nate is just so... He's just gonna take a few steps back and just let Seraphina handle this.
We did locate a few things, but it is very dangerous, so definitely don't recommend going out. But it is a very interesting island with a few different historical things, and actually someone lives there that doesn't really want to be disturbed all that much.
Alright.
But otherwise, very interesting place. Just, again, dangerous, don't recommend.
Yes, it wasn't really worth it.
Okay.
But yes, we just wanted to come by and give you that update.
Yes, we'll be going now. Thank you again for the boat. Have a good day.
Okay. DM is just laughing on the inside because you guys forgot something. But anyways.
What did we forget?
The fish! The fish!
Oh, right, the fish!
Too late. Y'all said y'all leaving.
Well, we said have a good day, but we haven't... I mean, we're still there.
Yeah. Sorry, that
Do you want to attempt the fish?
An attempt must be made.
Yes.
The fish. I'll be nice this time.
One other thing, actually, before we go. The fish needs to go back.
What do you mean go back?
I mean, it needs to be released.
Why?
Because it's the right thing to do.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Okay. Ew. I rolled low. That was an 8.
Okay. So, he kind of looks you over. Looks at the fish. No.
Please?
My fish.
Okay, how about we purchase the fish from you?
3,000 gold.
I have a better idea. Nate's gonna take out the shiny thing! And he will offer the lizard man the shiny thing.
Shiny.
Persuasion check with advantage.
Yes.
It is a lizard brain.
Exactly. He knew this would work.
You hope.
I love how technically Seraphina and Nate were both right in 2 different instances.
And need to zoom in on the character sheet. I can't read my persuasion. It's too small. 23!
Amazing.
23. Okay. He looks at the shiny. Looks back at the fish. Looks at the shiny. Okay, deal.
Nate tosses him the shiny thing.
He'll catch it, walk over to the fish tank, and open the lid. I need you guys to make me a dexterity saving throws.
Oh, good.
No.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no!
That's
6.
That's the second 2 I've rolled tonight. 5 total.
I also got a 2. 6 total.
We're doing great.
Just 1 second. Ah, okay. Yeah, no, he doesn't. Okay, cool. Well, you ready for the fun part?
Uh-huh.
As soon as he opens the lid, a rush of water shoots out. And the fish goes careening past you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And the water knocks you guys to your backs. Kel and Riley succeeded.
Of course.
The DC of 10.
Good.
Look, we were closer. We were closer. It's fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't thank him. Let's just go.
Okay.
Bye.
And we leave to go
And
get
we
the other.
leave. Yes. We shut the door.
We let the
Shut
fish
the
out,
door.
and then we go, and then we...
Yep.
Okay. The fish kind of just off into the distance towards the ocean.
Yep.
Yep. Figured. We should have just stolen the fish.
I
It would
think
have been
that would have
easy.
been a little obvious that it was missing.
Well, yes, but then we'd be gone.
How far
That's-
do you think we'd even get?
He wouldn't have a way to prove it was us, and we wouldn't have the fish. Fish would go back to the ocean, and we would be fine.
You have a lot of faith in everyone's lying ability, don't you?
Oh, don't worry, I wouldn't let anyone talk to you. But we did it your way, and we paid for it, so let's go take care of everything else, and hopefully dry off in the process.
Yes, let's go. So, weapons and party supplies are being purchased.
Cannons!
We don't
Yes.
have to RP that.
Nope, I do need to find a gift for Danika. Trying to think of something. You would think during all that time I had that I would have come up with something.
You still haven't thought of a gift for Danika?
I'm not sure what to get her.
We started talking about this yesterday.
It was yesterday, and I had a lot of other thoughts in my brain.
Well, she isn't easy to buy for.
I'm trying to think of something that she would like, but also something. It's tricky because birthdays you can do something, but also you can do something just kind of nice. And I'm trying to. What are you getting her?
I was going to get her a firework. And then set it off on the boat.
Interesting.
That was my plan.
It's a good plan.
Who doesn't like fireworks?
Well, we don't know yet. There are plenty of people who don't like the loud banging.
It's Danika.
It is Danika, so she'll probably like it.
Exactly.
Maybe more than one firework? You can do that. At least that's my suggestion. I now have to think of... Oh! I know!
Go on.
This is kind of silly, but I don't think she has a hairpiece. Something to hold back all her hair when she's working. Do you think she might like something like that?
That's a good idea. But if she's going to be wearing it all the time, it'll have to be pretty sturdy.
Oh, absolutely. I would not cheap out on something like that. Especially considering she will probably be wearing it during fights. Keep hair out of face.
Yes. Alright, so 1 hair clip and more than 1 firework.
Yes.
We have a plan.
Riley and Kel, do you know what you want to get her? Are you going to get her anything? You? Seraphina asked Riley and Kel if they were what they were gonna be getting Danika, if anything.
Kel just kind of looks confused. And Riley kind of just looks, well, I haven't exactly been around you a lot very, very much. I'm not too sure what to get her.
Just buy some party favors or something. Bring some food. Do something. She likes jerky. You can go and buy her some of that.
Alright.
Right, are we settled?
Let's go get these things, last few items, and head back.
Yes. They go get the things.
Yes. A good sturdy, like, headband or something like that is basically what Seraphina's looking for.
And Nate is looking for a bunch of normal fireworks and at least 1 gigantic one.
And if she can't find what she's looking for, she will get the supplies to make one.
If Nate can't find any fireworks, he will get the supplies to make a bomb.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Which is basically a firework.
No.
Alright, so firework for Nate. And what for Seraphina?
Headband, or like a really nice hairpiece or something like that, depending on...
Alright. Go ahead and roll me investigation checks for those.
Please, dice, be
Please.
kind.
Just this once. Oh.
Ooh! That one was kind.
Mine was not.
I'm very
7 total.
Dirty 20.
Alright. passing through a bunch of the vendors and things like that that are lined up along the streets. Surfing it doesn't take very long for you to see somebody selling like hair pieces and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You could find a nice one as far as she may like mixed in those.
Yeah, if they're not too inexpensive, she'll get like one that's like one for fighting, one for hunting, and then like one for just nice need to pull my hair back moments.
About 3 silver each.
Cool. She'll get 3 then. All for those different
Okay.
occasions.
Okay. Now, Nate,
Yes.
you said a 7.
Yes.
Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Player knowledge. You just passed by, like, maybe 3 fireworks stands. You don't see them, though.
Oh,
How can this be?
how can this happen to me?
I made my mistakes.
Like, player knowledge, you did. You passed by them. Player character, however, what fireworks stands?
How are there no fireworks in this town? It's massive. How
You're looking for fireworks. Oh, why not just make them?
Who are you? Exactly.
You turn, and you see this short, scruffy, white hair all over the place figure.
Oh no.
One eye is like swollen shut. The other one is like wide open. Yeah. In here. He'll motion for you to follow him into a shop.
Nate goes in.
Oh, go around a counter and kind of hop up on a stool on the other side and take you all in, just kind of look at you all. So, making a firework is not too hard. Just to make sure, you, don't blow up your hands.
Well, yes, when you work with gunpowder.
Precisely, and he'll slam. Like, you actually hear like a thud from this metal container he just slams on the counter. This is dynamite quality gunpowder. You'll need some of this. And he'll kind of hop off the stool, and you hear him shuffling around. Comes back with a smaller metal container. You'll need some of these. He'll throw a couple of them on the counter. And he'll reach aside and just like pull off like maybe a foot's worth of like, very thin rope and puts it on the counter. Oh, this makes firework.
Right. And could you put it together?
Well, that's part of the fun.
Oh, wonderful. Let me think about it for a moment. Seraphina, can we talk about this?
Sure.
They're gonna move away from the strange man. I feel like this is a terrible idea.
How so?
Are you being sarcastic?
I may have worked with gunpowder quite a bit, actually.
Oh. Well, can you just help me with this then?
Potentially?
Oh, that did not sound certain.
I will recommend we maybe not try to make it near important things.
Oh no. Well, I have a little bit of gunpowder experience, but nothing this, fun, let's say. So, if you think we can do this, then... alright.
She
Why not?
shrugs. She shrugs. We can try.
Why do you always have to say the least reassuring things?
But it is assuring.
Seraphina, am I going to lose any limbs today?
You shouldn't.
That was not a no. Alright. We will take enough to make 5 fireworks. That should be enough.
Okay.
And minimize risk.
So, he'll kind of look you both over and look at the two behind you. I mean, I can tack on an extra 5 gold and I can make it for you. If you don't feel very confident.
No, we can manage. Thank you, though.
All right. So, shove the gunpowder forward. 10 gold. And he'll shove the other 3 containers forward. 5 gold total for those 3. And he'll just toss the rope at you. Don't worry about paying for the rope.
Okay, Nate will catch the rope and put it away. And, look over at Seraphina for the funds.
How much again?
15 total.
Yep, she's got it.
I'm intrigued by what's going on in chat.
She will indeed pay for it.
Don't worry about it. Where's it gonna happen? Where's it gonna happen in this house?
We'll figure it out. Oh, okay, so we should not take this back to the boat. We should, again, do this somewhere not nearby.
Well, if we don't make any mistakes, then it shouldn't be a problem. And if we do make any mistakes, then we won't have to worry about it.
Going to look up at Nate. I'd rather not have any collateral damage. Thank you.
Well, aren't we feeling virtuous today? Okay, then where do you propose we go? We'll have to go outside of town.
Just for a little bit. Just go really quick. See what we can do, and we may need to do a test one just to see if we can get the right mix of things.
Well, we better get far enough from the town wall that when we mess it up, they don't think we're attacking them, and then they find our shriveled husks. That would be entirely too embarrassing.
We will not blow ourselves up.
See, that's the spirit.
Just putting that out in the ether. Let's go!
Alright, the quest out of town to make the boom has begun.
we're making a test one first to see if we can even make a firework happen.
This will be entertaining. So, you all head off. Head just slightly out of town. You think you're a nicely secluded spot. You notice Riley and Kel are kind of like standing back a good like 50 feet. Maybe more.
That's fair.
Maybe more.
Yeah, it's fine.
And, yeah. Just don't know. So here's what I need y'all to do.
Yeet.
This is gonna be funny for me. Because I gotta check something.
She could. Does she have the ability to? I don't have sending. Wait, maybe I do. Hold on, my list. I don't.
Even if you did, you probably don't have it prepped.
Yeah, I don't. So I have no way to like. Because otherwise, yeah, absolutely. They're on two opposite ends.
Oh no, he's like in the center of town somewhere at a park.
Oh. Interesting.
Surprisingly, probably not far from the vendors.
Yeah, no. Actually, no, not really.
Would we have seen them on our way?
Would you end up purposely looking for them?
They were sitting down kind of away from people, so I don't know.
In a park.
In a park.
Like in a garden park area.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just wasn't sure if we just saw them while we were doing stuff, and if they did, then yes, but Seraphina doesn't know where they are right now.
So... what like tools do you have, Seraphina?
She has. Just double checking. Okay. So we have I've got thieves tools. I should have Tinker's tools. Why I don't have it on my inventory list? Please hold. Nope, that wasn't what I wanted. Oh, because I didn't, but even then, yeah, this comes with thieves' tools. Wait, why? The heck? Sorry, I'm trying to understand why I don't have Tinker. Because I have proficiency in that, but I don't have them?
I thought you had those instead of thieves' tools.
Well, Nate does have thieves' tools.
On the thing I made you aspire, yes, it was Tinker's tools, not Thieves' tools.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Proficiency list came from Artificer.
Yeah, I remember a lot of that got changed with the new thing I made you.
Okay, hold on. I think we had also discussed that I was allowed to keep that, but if I am incorrect, then move that, and then I guess I'll... Tinker's Tool, I don't know why there's nothing... I don't have any...
something to discuss with Jay. That was something you were supposed to discuss with him, so I have no idea.
Gotcha.
You have Tinker's Tools because Tinker's Tools can also destroy locks and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, Tinker's Tools and Thieves' Tools are not too far off from each other.
Yeah.
The only difference is with Tinker Tools, you can keep some of the materials.
You can do it with Thieves' Tools too. The main difference is the skills.
Fair.
One actually uses intelligence.
I am gonna point out, I went and checked, like, Artificer stuff. They give you Thieves' Tools in their equipment list, not Tinker's Tools, which is weird.
It's because most Artificers... It's not meant to be a gun class, everybody just assumes it.
Yeah.
Because Artificers' background stuff, it depends on what you are.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just more along the lines of, like, if Tinker's Tools is a proficiency that they have, and that is, like, something, a tool that they use to do anything, build anything, and especially some of, like, the other things, it's just interesting. Just interesting to me that I was like, wait, what? Okay, so I've got Tinker's Tool, and I should have... like, my alchemy stuff. Maybe I do not. But I have stuff for alchemy. I think I should, but, like... Okay. With your permission, Jay, I will subtract gold from my stuff and everything like that if it's okay to retcon that she did have alchemist supplies on her.
Okay.
Because I don't have it in my equipment list, but she's been doing alchemy stuff. I don't think she's using Danika's. But she does have it. And she is getting booze.
Alright. So, you... Oh god, this is gonna go poorly for you guys. This would be funny though. So, yeah, so... Oh god. Alchemist supplies. What which is that? That is, I believe, intelligence check.
It's basically also, like, her Tinker's Tools a little bit, because, like, that's part of her subclass, I think. I don't know.
just like when they don't actually give you. Okay. You know what? Go ahead and make me. Maybe an intelligence check using your proficiency as well.
Okay. Do we do it for the lulz, or do we actually try?
That's up to you.
We probably need to try, or we might explode.
Okay. Then I will use my Tides of Chaos to roll.
Okay.
That is... It's not... the dice have decided.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The highest I could get was a 12.
A 12.
With Nate supporting. So, if that makes any difference. He has thieves' tools, so they both have tools of some nature.
Alright, so 12, you said.
Uh-huh.
Seraphina.
Uh-huh.
You know, you've attempted working with gunpowder before.
Uh-huh.
You've had some mishaps.
Yeah.
This is not the same kind of gunpowder you're familiar working with. This is a stronger grade gunpowder.
Uh-huh.
This is meant for dynamite. Like, this is the big boom. You mix a portion of the gunpowder into something and add several of the materials from the other containers. So do you attach the little fuse piece as far as you have?
Uh-huh.
Or do you cut piece off in order to maintain some of it?
We don't need
We're
to
gonna
use the whole
maintain-
rope.
Yeah, we're
So
gonna
cut it in
maintain
half.
some of it. Yeah,
It'll be-
this is the test one.
We need 5, so it'll be like 1/5. And if this one doesn't work very well, that's okay, because it's just the first one.
Yeah. This is the test one. This is the can we do this?
So you attach the fuse to it. You light the fuse?
Yeah.
And then we run.
Yeah.
Also take all of the other gunpowder, and we would have moved the other explosives away before lighting the fuse.
it.
Yes.
Okay. I'm so glad you said that. I still need you guys to make me dexterity saving throws.
Good.
No.
11.
11!
9.
9. Okay. Oh.
This is gonna hurt, ain't it?
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. But I bet the DC was 10, so it's just
No,
me.
it wasn't.
Oh no.
Not.
No.
It's not 10. Sure, this is fine. What's the worst? Oh. So you guys are unable to get away from it. Or far enough away from it. You take 16 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
As the shrapnel from the explosive you created sprays in a 30-foot radius.
Ow!
Just do a side thing here real quick. Leo and Danika, where are you sitting there? You just hear this little pop in the background. Far off in the distance. Just a pop type noise.
Honestly, I don't think he would even acknowledge it if it's that far out.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the two idiots. Yeah.
So, I suggest taking that back and letting him assemble it. Sorry.
Nate, how you looking there? How you looking health-wise there, Nate?
Um.
Aren't you below
okay. Yeah. But, you know, he had 32. He's up.
He's at half.
He's at half, yes.
There you go.
So, it's fine. He's face down in the dirt.
She's gonna reach over and touch him with a Cure Wounds at 3rd level, because she feels bad.
Go ahead and roll.
That should get you back full.
Good.
15 plus. This Cure Wounds is an artificer, so you get 18 back.
Okay.
Full again.
He's gonna stand up, dust himself off.
You guys are clapping from a distance. You see Riley just looking out at you. You know, I know she threatens that she would like to kill you all, but I don't think a good gift is doing it for her.
I'm strapping a bomb to Riley.
No, you're not! Stop it!
Are we going to make another one, or...?
No, I would take that back to the person we bought them from and have him assemble it. I need to go buy booze for Danika.
Do you really think he's going to do a better job?
I think it's better than me doing it again.
I really don't want to have a conversation with Leo, explain why the boat exploded because we let this strange, insane man assemble the fireworks.
Then maybe we don't do the fireworks and you come up with something else. Unless you want to try look for fireworks again.
I'm keeping the gunpowder.
Alright.
Oh no.
She's gonna go.
Hold on, I need to open something real quick.
Time to head back to grab some and then head back.
Nate is on.
I actually have to write this down that I have all these fireworks supplies.
goodness.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. So you guys head back. Are you going to look for more fireworks on the way back?
Nate will try and find the fireworks stands again. Yes, just to see, because that would solve every problem.
Roll me another investigation.
Alrighty.
And how much for the booze, Jay?
Depends on how much you want to get.
I'm gonna say like a couple weeks worth, maybe?
20 gold.
Alright.
So what did you get investigation there, Nate?
11.
Okay. Hey, see, there you go.
Yeah.
On the way back, you guys had to pass by that man's shop again, and let it block down. You see a man with a bunch of colorful-looking rockets and stuff in front of a stand.
Nate will approach this man and his colorful rockets.
All right. You do that.
Excuse me, sir. Are you selling fireworks?
He'll look at his product, look back at you. No.
That was supposed to be rhetorical. What do you mean you're not selling fireworks?
Ask stupid rhetorical questions, you get stupid rhetorical answer.
Look,
You buy or not?
Yes, I buy.
How many?
How much for 5?
5 gold.
Nate actually has that, so he will pay.
You pay, okay. He sets 5 of them on the stand for you.
And do you have any big special ones?
He'll look back behind him at like a tarp. I don't know if you're the best person to buy it.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
He'll go and lift the tarp. And you see this one firework that looks about 5 feet long, about a foot wide.
You don't have anything between the ordinary ones and that?
No, not really.
That's taller than my friend.
Those, and he'll motion the ones you took. Those are normal fireworks, shoot up in sky, big boom. This shoot up in sky and big boom.
You've okay, look. How much?
50 gold.
30.
Are you trying to haggle?
Yes.
Roll a persuasion check.
That's pretty good. That's 28.
Shit! Alright.
Seraphina, please tell me we have 30 gold.
I do.
20 gold discount.
Okay. She'll
Trust
pay
me.
for it.
This is a good investment.
So you buy it. He'll hand it over to you.
Yes.
And you guys head back to the ship, I'm assuming.
Yes.
I think we've done
Cool.
everything, yeah.
Gotta go get
Now-
everything set up.
Other two.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Hey, hi, hello.
Hi.
We exist.
You guys have been in the park. Or the
yeah,
garden.
He's been reading her a book.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's been going great.
Mm-hmm.
You happen to kind of glance up and you see it's starting to get later in the day. Like later. Like the sun is starting to sink later. It's technically you guys got there like late afternoon, evening.
Mm.
Just getting to evening. I think.
Well, we left like first thing in the morning.
All right to go out to the town.
Yeah. So it's probably
so
evening
no.
now.
Now it's evening, yeah.
We should probably start heading back before it gets dark.
Fine.
So appreciative, as always. And he'll close the book and stand up.
Alright.
Come on.
So, you guys begin making your way back. I need you to do me a favor once you re-enter like the actual main street again.
Mm-hmm.
Give me perception checks.
I know the whole point was he was waiting for them to hopefully be set up. So if they've taken that long, he's not going to be happy.
No.
Ooh. I don't even
Listen.
know if I have to roll an advantage, but
We had to go all the way out of town.
Oh my God,
and blow
James.
something up.
your chat works.
Chat!
Holy shit.
The chat's back!
I don't know how, but okay.
And this is why I'm glad I science every time.
Fucking A, dude.
You got the same fucking
Perfect.
perception.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. You just walk out and you see a couple guards kind of walking along. Every so often they'll stop in front of like a shady looking vendor and like hold up a piece of paper to them and see one just shake their head. And they keep going and ask another.
Uh-huh.
And these aren't like normal guards. These are the kind of guards you saw at the palace area thing. I made a roll.
Rogue got a rogue.
Rogue got a rogue.
See, there's a slight curiosity to make sure it doesn't have all of them on it. He just sighs.
I mean, he doesn't have the thing anymore, so.
Leo doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, Leo doesn't
That's
know
true.
that.
That's true. Leo does not know that.
But yeah, both of you see these two guards, by the way, just two.
Seems like they're looking for someone. It's my curiosity getting the better of me. Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh no.
Should I just meet you back at the boat then?
Sure. Here's your book. Or do you want me to hold on to it?
She'll just kind of stare at you for a second.
he will hand her a cupcake that I asked Jay if he could buy on the
Yeah.
and stick a candle in it. Have them light it and make a wish later. But don't eat it yet. At least wait till...
Sure, it's fine.
Yeah. Now walking the boat awkwardly, holding a cupcake.
I swear to God, Nate, if Leo gets arrested because you stole the thing, I'm going to be very mad.
Hold on, it's fine. So
that could never happen.
I'm assuming you approach this person.
He probably doesn't approach him. He probably kind of stands somewhere they would be going, like their path, so that they would end up walking up to him.
Roll me a stealth check to kind of like blend in with the crowds.
Oh, it's not terrible. Stealth 19.
Okay. You're able to kind of just. You kind of just join another group, kind of just like looking.
I look like I'm shopping.
Yeah. You like merge into a group that's just kind of looking at odds and ends on this one stall. They stop at a stall directly next to it, and you see him kind of flash this paper to the person again.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see a person on it. Instead, you see the idol.
Oh, now he's even more curious.
Yep, you see the idol that Nate took.
Because now he kind of wants to ask about it. Is it just like some valuable thing, or is it something else that you just gave to a lizard man?
A very curious lizard man.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll go ahead and wait then.
Okay.
Till I get there.
Yeah. You see the shopkeep kind of shake their head and kind of like brush them off so he can get back to customers. And they approach the stall you're at, and you hear one of them as he flashes the paper. Has anyone tried to sell you this item or barter it for goods? Shopkeeper. No. Honestly, I would probably give all my stock away for that. Is that solid gold? So you haven't seen it? No. Alright.
That thing really that valuable?
The guards just stop and kind of look you over.
Hey, you can
Have
search
you
me.
seen?
You can search me. I don't got it, dude. I wouldn't be here buying from little cheap vendors. No offense, dude.
Oh, no, none taken.
More curiosity is the reward for finding it.
No, if we find it, whoever's in possession of it is going in front of the royal court, and more often than not, that turns to being tied to something extremely heavy and being thrown in the ocean. Stealing from the royals of this place is not the greatest decision anyone can make.
Fair. I don't think that's a smart decision anywhere.
No.
You're just trying to figure out if someone sold it?
Trying to see. At which point we will then attempt to locate who actually sold it to them.
Right. Well, if I see anything, I'll let you know.
Only a deception check.
Because he is flat out lying that he's never seen it. But... So he's got a +5 deception.
Uh-huh.
I hope their insight isn't that great, because that's only an 11.
Okay. Well, here's the good news for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that great. That puts it at a 9.
Thank God.
They rolled a 7.
As long as no one else around him is paying attention to this, I'm good.
No. You notice everybody else kind of just like shies away from the guards and like trying to like avoid eye contact.
So is the whole being thrown in the ocean thing why people are running away from you guys?
No.
Yeah, I figured
This is the street vendors. They usually have ill-gotten goods.
Well, I'm glad I only got a book.
Where did you get book? No, I'm just kidding.
He bought his over, like, they were by the docks or something.
Yeah.
When he got his, so not the same place, technically.
Yeah.
Might still be the problem there, though. Who knows?
So, they... Very well. And they'll start wandering off to the next one.
I'm gonna go warn Nate as he walks off towards the boat.
Cool. So, Danika's obviously going to get back before Leo. The other 4 have set up for the most part.
At least he's not gonna be too far behind.
No. You guys, I assume somebody's probably keeping watch for you guys. People at ship.
Yes.
Keeping watch for Danika and Leo. Is somebody.
Yeah. Probably. No, we need Kel to like reach place. Jez, you're muted.
Probably Riley? I don't know.
The hamster is keeping watch.
We do have somebody keeping watch.
Okay.
Seraphina is running around getting everything set up, though.
So is Nate. He's getting the fireworks set up in the crow's nest, so in case everything goes wrong, only a little bit of the ship explodes.
Oh, Jesus. So yeah, yeah, you're able to sorry, brain died for a second. You guys are just about finished setting up when you see the hamster like very quickly kind of bolt over to Riley. And like start tugging on his pants leg. Well, it seems our friends are on the way.
The spire is distracted.
Spire, you're very, yeah.
I'm sorry, Kitten is yelling at me.
Yeah. Riley is notified by Antaro there. Sorry, Beans. His name is Beans. Don't you forget it.
Oh, I think we're almost ready. How you doing, Nate?
Yes, we're ready. I think. He's gonna come down to the deck. He's gotta start climbing.
Alright. Shortly thereafter, you see Danika kind of climb onto the ship. You don't see Leo yet. Maybe a minute or two later, Leo would show up.
Yeah, once he got to a certain distance from those guards, he probably started running.
That is fair. So about a minute later.
Seraphina has bounded up to Danika with a big smile. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Birthday happy.
Right. She's just gonna she's just there holding a cupcake. What the fuck is this thing?
Oh, you got a cupcake?
Apparently.
It's a small sweet treat, and a lot of the times people get them on their birthdays.
Right.
Hey, happy birthday. Nate, can I talk to you for a second?
But we're about to start the party.
He's going to grab your cape and just start pulling you.
This is not what the cape is there for.
No capes.
Hey, where is the shiny thing you stole?
Why?
Because there might be a couple of guards looking for it, and they said if they find the person who stole it, they're gonna get something very heavy tied to them and thrown into the ocean.
Oh, well, in that case, it's a good thing I gave it away.
If they figure out it was you that stole it, they were asking people if anyone sold it.
Come on, I gave it to the lizard man who gave us the boat. He's not even all there, it'll be fine.
Apparently it was really valuable.
Well, that's why I stole it.
Yeah.
And then
Do you understand?
Listen, lots of
I
guys
just
in
lied.
lots of places have wanted to tie heavy objects to me and throw me in the water. It's fine.
I just lied to those guards. If they figure out I'm with you, I'm getting thrown into the ocean.
Did you do a bad job lying to them?
No.
Well then, it's
But they'll recognize me.
And then they'll see, oh, that's the person who didn't steal it, and I'll be next to you, and they won't even interrogate me, it'll be fine. Listen, we're on a ship, yes?
If I get arrested.
If 100 guards start running up the road towards the ships, towards our ship, we'll just sail away.
You drink your potion, you get in the damn water is what you're gonna do.
What
Pretend
potion?
you're water-breathing potions we bought last time.
I don't want to get wet again today.
Again?
Listen. Look, we thought it was very important that we go and talk to the lizard man, and the entire laboratory got wet again for the second time. I don't know how we managed it, but it did. Regardless. Look, he's in a warehouse. He didn't even want to let us in, and he knows us. The chances that the guards interrogate him and that they get me out of the whole thing, considering I'm not even sure the guy even knows my name, it's fine. And we had the fish freed.
That's the good news, at least.
Exactly. That's actually why I gave him the thing. He wouldn't do it. So I bribed him.
I'm getting thrown in jail. I'm getting thrown in jail.
So you're getting thrown in jail so the fish could live. It was the only way.
He's going to punch you in the arm and walk away.
fair response.
I feel like Seraphina, meanwhile, is explaining to Danika cupcakes and candles and that whole thing with birthdays.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Gonna put Seraphina in between Nate and Leo. No good deed goes unpunished.
Is everything alright?
Don't worry about it.
Fine. Don't worry about it. We're happy things, right?
Yes. Leo's just having a bit of a sugar high at the moment and needs a little bit of time to calm down.
Yeah, we had ice cream at the park. Yeah.
Yes.
Inside.
Well, you know the drill. Deception time.
Much better this time. But she had a pretty... I don't know, didn't she have a pretty decent insight?
Not when I keep rolling 2s! No,
Haha.
I don't have a good insight.
23.
I don't have a good
25.
3!
Sure, it's fine. Yeah, you,
I believe him.
yeah, you believe him. Everything's fine.
Why don't you guys give her presents? I've already done that part.
Right, first of all, hands back Danika her entire money pouch. You don't pay for anything today. 2 weeks worth of booze over there. Don't drink it all in one day.
Don't
And...
Don't tempt me.
Please don't. That's not healthy.
I mean, honestly, I would be impressed, so.
Don't encourage that!
Why not? That's what it's for!
It's unhealthy to drink that much booze!
Then you shouldn't have bought that much booze.
I bought that
She
much
gives
booze
me-
to last!
She gave me the same lecture.
Well, I will stay sober until after the surprise, which will happen later tonight after it gets dark. So, go drink and be happy.
Seraphina
Because it's
will
your
pull
birthday.
out
Danika
the
is
3
just
hair
going to
pieces.
stare at him.
Yep. Seraphina will pull out the 3 hair pieces and hold them up to Danika. I thought this might help.
The fuck is that exactly?
So, here, Ben, come down here real quick.
Oh boy. She's staring at you.
Alright, so, because I know you like to do a whole lot of work and hunting and everything, way with work, I back and that, this, and she kind of, like, helps push the hair, Danika's hair back just enough to, like, be tucked behind the hairpiece and everything like that, and, like, still look nice. That should help it stay out of your face whenever you need to. So you can see better. And not get distracted or poked in the eye by a stray head.
Right.
Look, more jewelry for you.
Plus, I got you 3. I got 1 for everyday things, I got 1 for hunting, and then 4 fights, because I figured these 2, holding up the other 2 that she has in her hand, probably are going to not be really... well, there might be some blood involved. So...
Okay then.
Do you like them?
They seem to serve a purpose.
Okay. She'll hand over the other two so she can have them. But that's what I got for you, and then, of course, just motions around to, like, the entire decorations that has happened upon the boat. Birthday party! And a lot of good food, and just booze and food and good times.
She looks a little lost.
Just takes Danika's hand. Come on! Just starts pulling her over.
Which hand?
Whichever one is free.
Okay, so most likely her right one.
Because I know
one's
she's
free?
I was about to say, she had a cupcake.
Yes. She's double cupcake.
The
She
not
doesn't
the
know
not
what to do
cupcake
with this
hand.
weird edible thing.
Yeah,
She
the
was
non-cupcake
saying
hand.
It's edible. You eat it.
She was told to wait. And she has no idea why. But also, you grab the hand that has a really shiny bracelet on it.
Oh, that's pretty.
I will let Fox describe what that looks like because my brain is doing a full derp and I can't find it in the DMs.
Considering how much it was, Jay, is it... I guess... What would you say? Because I know I said that it had, like, rose-colored gems in it. Is, like, the one thing I was looking for. Would it be silver, gold? What would it be?
It's silver.
Because it was like 400 fucking gold, so I wasn't sure if that was because of the enchantment, or...
Yeah, I will say it is mostly the enchantment.
Oh, so the enchantment, okay. So it's very pretty.
Wow. That's really pretty. Where'd you get that?
Glances over to stare at Leo.
Leo!
Mm.
That's a really pretty birthday present.
I mean... Yeah, I guess it is, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Nate is going to hear this and walk and look over.
Is he about to, like, gauge pricing, right?
Yes! He's going to see this and be like, wait, what? Leo had what? And then he's going to try and gauge how expensive it must be. So I don't know what check I have to do.
God, I almost want to say it'd just be an insight check. What would everybody else say? Sound right?
That sounds right.
Like
investigation.
Appraisal check.
Investigation or insight.
Investigation.
Investigation.
Investigation is a 20.
Yeah. How much did we agree on? How much did we say the price was, Fox?
400?
Yeah, you can tell it's about 400 gold.
He's just gonna... He's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna get paler.
Like, oh shit.
And he's gonna look over at Leo.
Because he's not even acknowledging that it was expensive. He's just like, eh.
Yeah.
Mouth slightly open, like, what are you
what?
thinking? How did... What?
What?
He's just gonna stare at him.
What?
Seraphina's going to continue pulling Danika over because she's like, I don't know what's happening anymore, but birthday things. And she's going to get a candle for the cupcake and is asking her about her day.
Why are you... Why...
Yeah.
Asuka leans away.
You didn't steal that bracelet, did you?
No. I paid for it.
How much did you pay for it?
Well, it's enchanted, so like 400, I think.
Yes. Yes, it would. 400. Yes. What?
Hey, I don't cheap out on my gifts.
Well, I guess I hope I make it to my next birthday.
Instantly gets hit by a meteor. Shit.
Should we have saved that in case we needed it to live for the next couple of months?
I mean, I still have well over 1,000.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I mean, today I was haggling over 50 gold, so I think I'm just going to go and have something to drink now.
Between me and Kel, you'll be fine. We're very good at our job.
Nate out here like we've been living like poor, when in fact we are not. What?
Just wait until he finds out how much money Kel actually has.
Okay, to be fair, Leo pulled out 3 diamonds and just handed them to somebody
yes.
like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Those were emergency diamonds! Diamonds are not just diamonds, they do very specific things. We need those.
Exactly, and he just gave them away like it wasn't worth anything to him.
Yeah, but that's because he's a naive altruist sometimes, and he just does things because he's like, this is good, and then doesn't think about the fact that there's so much money involved.
This is Nate's rant behind the scenes. I can just feel it.
So, what, you think I should have got her something else?
No, I'm just surprised. That's all.
I spent quite a bit getting supplies, so I'll work on the boat tomorrow.
What does it do? What does the enchantment do? You said it was enchanted.
Essentially, anyone standing right next to her and herself can go into the ethereal plane for 10 minutes.
Honestly, 400 gold is starting to sound like a good deal. Okay, well. Would you like a drink? Because I'm getting one.
Sure, why not? Just play like to him. It's no big deal. That's the funny part. Like, no, that's not.
That is the funny part. Like,
it's just a bracelet to him. He's like, I don't care how much it costs.
You can't not.
Can you imagine what he's gonna get the rest of you if he finds out?
Like, Nate's whole thing is that he wastes all of his money, but he knows.
So
he
Roz,
knows that it's valuable.
We've been making the joke that Leo is in the middle of a dating sim.
He's just buying everyone gifts to win them over.
So you have to remember he's going to buy the nice gifts. And he's a sugar daddy, apparently.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that he is one, though.
No, he doesn't.
Like this.
Anyone who ends up with him will be so lucky.
Yep.
So this is what the other end of Sexy Bijou looks like.
He'll be lucky until he runs out of money, and he's just like, oh, I guess we don't have any money anymore. And the other person's like, what do you mean we have no money?
No, he makes a pretty decent living on his contracts.
I was about to say, no, Leo makes good money.
Okay, this is what he has after he sends half of his share back to Granny. So think about how much he would have if he didn't do that. Because he gives Kel half, and then he takes his own half and cuts it in half again for Granny.
If I were a rich man.
I don't.
And to be fair, if we take over the Feywild shit, he won't matter, will it?
Well, yeah, but that's a long-term goal.
Ironically, he grew up an orphan and still is as rich as a prince. So you know what? It's funny.
It's amazing.
I
love
don't
it.
trust this. This does not add up.
He earned his money.
I think the
That's
funniest part is, like, the only person that's really having the crisis about this entire thing is Nate.
He didn't say how much it costs to the other two yet. Or anyone else.
Nate.
Like, Seraphina just thinks it's a really pretty bracelet, and that it's amazing that Danika has a really pretty bracelet now. Like, she doesn't care how much it costs.
Makes exorbitant amounts of money and then loses all of it. But he knows that that's not good. And Leo is so blissfully ignorant.
Leo tends to not... Spending. Ironically, Leo is actually the one who usually doesn't spend any money. That's why he can buy the expensive shit.
Well, yeah, until he does.
Yeah.
Which is why this is extra weird.
What's the worst?
We sleep outside, and then it's like, here's $400.
He just likes the outdoors better, man. He's not comfortable in cities.
That's true. We should buy nicer tents.
You know.
Hey everyone, we're going to have Danika make a wish.
Right.
She's like doing candle things with the cupcake.
Gathering around.
She'll put the candle in the cupcake and then light it and then hand it up.
So what you do is you close your eyes, you make a wish, and you blow out the flame.
And I'm assuming you're just going to bother me until I do this.
I mean...
Make a wish.
Yes.
Make a wish or don't. It's not like you have to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
One. She'll proceed to blow the candle while staring at out to sea.
Seraphina's just clapping and happy.
He is enjoying his bottle of booze that he grabbed.
You can now eat the cupcake.
As she like plucks the candle out of the cupcake.
Eat the cupcake, enjoy the booze. Keep telling me about how your day was.
Sorry, brain do die, brain working.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is my brain is trying to speak fact machine and I barely speak English, so that's the issue. It's really not a lot. We ate creamed ice apparently, and he read a book.
You read a book for her?
I had her pick out a book and figured we'd kill time, so I wasn't sure how long it'd all take.
Yeah, some things happened.
Which, by the way, you do see, like, because you didn't heal yourself, did you, Seraphina?
No.
Yeah, she's fucked up.
He'll kind of show her the book, but then he'll bat her on the head with it lightly.
1 point of disappointment damage.
It went fine. There was just a small accident, and it's fine.
What did you blow up this time? She like kicks a little shrapnel out of her arm.
I was trying to help Nate with his gift, and it didn't go so well.
Okay, I'm gonna emphasize this warning again to everyone. Explosives and her don't always mix. Not smart. No.
Listen, I think she was doing a great job.
I would really like to not find you guys in pieces.
And you didn't. Everything's fine.
And you need to be more careful with that stuff.
I thought I was being.
To be fair, we were being very careful. It could have been much worse.
And heal yourself.
She'll boop herself at the first level.
Measly first level.
Just imagining this little tiny thing pouting as she like pokes her nose.
Yeah. She only got 4 back. She only got 4 back because I rolled a 1 on the die.
Did you enjoy the book, Danika?
She'll just kind of stare at you.
Did you like listening to the reading it?
Stare.
Do I take that as a yes or a no?
Take it how you will.
I'm
He's just gonna shrug and he's gonna just walk away at that point. Like, I guess, whatever, at this point. I tried. Lean against the side there.
Yeah. Seraphina's trying.
Yeah, and he tried so hard to, like, do something nice for her.
Are there more
Thank you.
cupcakes?
He only bought the one because he figured you guys wouldn't buy a cake.
I think fair.
Well, we got lots of other stuff.
Couple other pastries along with like just the regular food and stuff.
Yeah. Did Riley ever buy the jerky?
Do what?
Did he buy did he buy anything? Did he bring anything?
He or Kel.
Cal looked confused. Nobody explained it to him.
Yeah.
That's kind of okay though. Like, I feel like they would have assumed that Kel and Leo were just like had something planned, or at least that it wouldn't be too big of a deal if Kel didn't show up with something.
Well,
Me looking through inventory.
so this is fine. Yeah, you guys Danika, you're kind of just staying there. Very, still confused.
Seraphina's still chatting.
Yeah. You see something fly in your direction. Do you attempt to catch whatever it is?
Probably on instinct, yeah.
Cool. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. A bag lands in your hands. Probably a good, 6 inches, no, about 8 inches tall and 6 inches wide, if it were laid out flat. But it feels like it's full of something.
She will look mildly annoyed at wherever the bag came from.
From Riley. Yeah. So that's fine.
She will look in this bag at a later time.
Alrighty. Perfect. And now it's starting to get dark. Well, it was already starting to get dark because it was evening. But now it is,
He never attuned to this. He's gonna walk over to Kel and say, hey, give her this and just toss her a ring he had. He never attuned to it, but he had a ring of protection.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, Kel will walk over and hold out his hand.
Whether anyone saw Leo do that, that's another story.
Seraphina is the very focused on the Danika, trying to, birthday? And she's just... Yeah.
Danika is just making booze happen. It's great.
Yeah, Kel just holds out his hand to you, Danika.
Oh.
Do you reach out towards his hand?
She will look to see if she can see anything in it first.
You cannot see anything in his meaty hand.
She will hold out her hand.
He will drop a ring into it.
Oh, Cal, that's so nice.
Okay.
He does technically have another ring, but that one's staying in, that one Mimi has.
There.
Looking at Kel, mouth, or the flagon just kind of there for a minute, or whatever we're drinking out of.
Mm-hmm.
Flagons are awesome. I love flagons. Just look at a moment, just kind of do this. Thanks, I guess.
You're welcome. And he'll walk away.
Hmm?
Is it getting dark yet?
Yes.
Yes. Danika.
What?
You are going to look over there, and Nate's going to point at the sky over the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to stand right here, and he's going to point at the side of the deck, hereabouts, where she'll get a good view. And then he's going to start climbing.
Reluctantly, here's sure, fine, whatever.
Okay, you climb up to the crow's nest, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. You get up there.
Okay, he's going to start lighting the fireworks one at a time, small ones first.
Okay. You like the small ones, and after like a few seconds, they'll start launching off into the air and stuff like that. You get to the big one, and something you didn't notice before. On the bottom of the firework, you see a tag. It says 10 gold.
He's gonna rip the tag off. And he's gonna burn it.
There's no evidence that we were ripped off? What do you mean?
And then he's gonna take it with him to his grave. And light the firework.
He didn't pay for it, Seraphina did.
Exactly. Yeah, you, Oh boy. Yeah, you launch him off, and Danika, you're watching the direction Nick pointed. And soon after, you start seeing, hearing and seeing colorful explosions in the sky.
Oh my god, they work.
Kind of like. Listen, that was a real concern.
So they're supposed to do that, apparently.
Yes, they're called fireworks.
After a moment after the last one, another one shoots off from the crow's nest. And just gets about 100 feet away from the ship. Maybe, no, about 150 feet. And just immense explosion in color and everything. You feel the ship rock a bit. Big boo.
Yeah,
That was
kind of mid-sip on that one.
Uh-huh.
Oh, easy.
It's
You alright?
Full-time player cough had to work with it. So they're supposed to do that, apparently.
Yes. Those are still dangerous, but they are quite fun to look at.
If you say so.
Colors and patterns, and it's in the sky, so it's kind of like putting your own temporary display up there.
I'll take your word for it.
Hey, Danika.
I'm
glad you were born.
Someone has to be.
She's going to hug Danika.
I think we're all glad.
Danik is going to take a rather sizable swig. And ignore this hug to the best of her capability. My lungs are slowly killing me. It's great.
Don't do that.
I promise.
After a moment, she'll step back and just kind of like go wander off to leave Danika by herself for a minute. Like, go sit somewhere to eat a little. Ah.
Hmm?
Yep. Danika will continue to drink with the intention of getting relatively to really drunk.
Leo was halfway there.
Horatio.
Oh gods.
He
Alcoholics.
has to chug his because it takes a while.
She's a barbarian, your point.
True. Oh my god, they actually could have.
This is gonna be funny.
No one has described to them the concept of a drinking game yet.
Nah, he's still kind of off on his own, like just staring up at the stars or something, or at the ocean.
Mm. Hmm.
Unless he's bothered, he's not gonna bother talking to anyone right now.
Mm. Alright.
I think after a little bit, Seraphina will go over to Leo. Just kind of...
I'm not going to bother you about it right now.
Alright.
Did you two at least have a good day? I can't tell.
Tried to. Though it's getting really hard being nice to her. When she can't even say thank you.
She told Kel thank you.
That's something at least, I guess. I'm pretty convinced she hates me.
I don't think she hates you. I think it would be a little more obvious if she hated you.
Didn't we just have a conversation how she treats me differently?
Yeah. I'm not entirely... I think I made her think a little too hard. But if she hated you, let's both be honest, she probably would have stabbed you.
I thought she only killed people she liked. Isn't that her whole thing?
Not sure. I'd have to clarify. As far as I'm aware, I, won points somewhere, I think, or something, and she really doesn't feel troubled killing me. Well, in the... like, she doesn't want to kill me. Doesn't have the... want to, I suppose?
Yeah, you want to explain to me how you did that? Because I've tried everything I can think of.
I don't think she wants to kill you either.
No, I meant the points part. Because she at least talks to you and lets you hug her.
Well... I'm not sure, honestly. I kind of just do the same thing I do with everyone else.
Am I not nice to her most of the time?
I think you're pretty nice.
Then you see where I'm confused.
I mean, I'm confused as well. I think she's also confused.
So why am I the only one trying here on the one-way road?
Mm.
I feel like I have to work harder. It sucks.
I understand. Don't give up.
We'll see. The rate it's going.
Alright.
Don't get mad at me if I do give up, though, because you know what? That's on her at that point. People can only try for so long.
I won't get mad. Promise.
Was there something else you wanted?
Again, I'm trying not to ask today, but...
Why do you want to know so bad?
Because I want to celebrate you.
I don't particularly like to celebrate it. Like, this whole thing is a bit much.
Well, we don't have to do this. This was just Danika's first. I wanted to show her what it was kind of like. For some. Birthdays look different. But I do want to show you I'm grateful that you're here. And that you were born, and that you lived another year, and all of that.
Right.
Everyone deserves one day to be special. Just theirs.
There are plenty of days where sometimes I wonder if I do deserve it.
But you do.
He just shrugs.
Will you tell me why you don't like it?
Doesn't bring back good memories.
Something very bad happened, huh?
That would be an understatement.
I'm sorry.
And technically, you already know what happened, Seraphina. It just happened to be on that day.
Oh. I'm sorry.
And now you see why I don't like celebrating it. Because all it does is remind me of that. I lost everything.
I can understand. Sorry.
Are you gonna drop it, or are you gonna keep bugging me about it?
I'll drop it.
Thanks. He's just gonna go back to drinking and just kind of go silent.
Yeah, she's gonna leave him alone now.
I told you she was gonna feel bad!
Yeah!
He hasn't really talked about, like, what happened fully, other than that his
No.
dad died!
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
She'll just kind of go, like, exist next to Danika in that case. Just for a little while.
Fair. Yeah, fair.
Sorry, he depressed the little one.
Little one.
That was all
Excited
happy.
for birthday, and then depression.
She seems fine. She hopped back over to Danika and is just kind of bouncing out at the water and everything.
Okay. Is there anything else before everybody eventually goes to bed?
We're so getting arrested. Me and Nate are so getting arrested because they're gonna know I lied to them.
Nah, that's gonna be fine. Nothing bad will happen.
Danika has nothing in this particular moment.
Okay.
Leo's gonna
Besides getting
go
hammered.
depress drink in his room.
Okay.
I may message you later about something else, but that's later.
That's fine.
Outside.
Seraphina is gonna go to bed.
Fair. Alright. So, guys, head off to bed. And you'll eventually get sleep, those of you who are doing extracurricular things to get to sleep. Get AM drinkers.
No dang.
I promise nothing.
You're all awoken, though, by a loud banging on the doors of your cabins.
Oh no.
Bold of you to assume I am there.
You're in a crow's aren't you?
I'm gonna roll because
I was
Where's
thinking more
Jack?
cargo hold.
Huh?
I was thinking more cargo hold.
Oh, that's fine. You still hear the loud banging.
he does wake up, but he's just gonna like cover his head with his pillow.
Seraphina opens her door, still in her pajamas.
You see the clay golem standing there, looking panicked. Guards!
Guards.
And that's where we'll end.
Oh, Leo and Nate are getting arrested. Fuck.
It was only a matter of time.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe.
I mean,
See
the
what's going on.
The sad thing is, if they're recognized, it could be seen as Leo fucking distracting even Danika, whilst Nate stole it.
Mm-hmm.
Danika was just fucking... What, wasn't like Danika just like chilling out in the fucking lobby, just...
No, you were outside.
Yeah, she didn't actually come in with us.
Seraphina, Nate, and Leo went in.
Yeah. Well.
Sure, that's
It's fine.
fine.
Everything is fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's a good place to...
Yeah, no, only Seraphina knows. Maybe Kel, because he's in the same room.
Yeah.
This is
And no
fine.
one knows why Danika decided to sleep in the cargo for some.
Sure, it's fine.
Hmm.
But yeah. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for playing. Thank you those who watched.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, stream.